Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Dina crafting it up with D. I am coming on today. So excited. I finally finished my journal. This is for the Sisterhood of the Traveling Journal swap that I am hosting. It is my very first swap, so I am so excited. What a great way to kick off my very first swap. I reached out to a group of my crafty sisters and asked if they would want to participate in this wonderful journal swap. I fell in love with the um, idea of this swap. Such a great way to show your journaling side plus scrapbooking side. I know a lot of us ladies are more crafters, and I do a lot of scrapbooking and 3D crafting. Um, I hardly journal. Those are one of the things that I have on my to-do list for 2026. So I started journaling a little bit more. And this was a great way to get in touch with that creative journaling side and just documenting, day to day. And I do the October dailies and I do the Christmas documenting journal. But I have never done a traveling journal. So this is new to me and very excited again. I just wanted to come on here, show you what I made. She's a little chunky. I did have to pull a few of the pages out. This is a journal that I got off of, or that I purchased at Ross. I don't know, it was like $5.99. I love the cover. This was like see-through. It had a hole, and all I did was cut out a frame with my Cricut, just measuring the size of the hole. And I do have a video where I was showing this when it wasn't done or completed. It was just a frame. And so what I did is I sewed through this, which I really had to use a really good needle. And I sewed this button through, and then I made a shaker. So I just added the acetate, and then I created the two frames with my Cricut. And I made some shrinkies, which I just scanned an ephemera piece to a collection, and I scanned it with my printer, and then I printed it on the Shrinky Dink paper. And so you'll see there's a telephone, there's bless, there's a phone, a camera. It says happiness, there's a typewriter. Happiness looks good on you. So I don't know if you can see all of those. There's a stamp in there. Like I said, an old phone. This is like a journal with art. Some flower pieces. This says happy days. So just some sentiments. An old school camera and then a regular camera there hiding in the back. Like I said, there's a typewriter, there's a pear. So this is from one of the collections. I'm trying to figure out what collection. Oh, Color Me Happy. So that's part of the Color Me Happy ephemera pieces, and all I did was put them on my printer and then print them on Shrinky Dinks. And because they're larger on the, do I have it right here with me? Yes, so this is what I used. So all I did was scan this whole piece and see how happiness is pretty big. I don't know, what is that? It's about 5.5. And so all I did was put this on my scanner, printed this whole thing out, and then some of these pieces here. This is one of this one here, the telephone, just so you can see in size. What is that? 2 inches, two by 1.5 inches. and it ends up being this small, which is perfect. So what you can do with a lot of your even ephemera pieces, if you want to do flowers. And what I didn't do is cut holes to make them into charms, but what I wanted to do was make them as shaker bits. So I used my Shrinky Dinks as shaker bits. So that's what I did there. Love the way that turned out. I just wanted to add a few. You know, us crafters use a lot of shaker bits. So, and again, I needed to do something with this, and the frame was already there. So it's like, why not make it into a shaker? I didn't add anything to the sides or, you know, to the front. I think when I get this back, I'm going to add something, maybe some flowers or something. But I thought just leaving it like this for now. I did add diamond dots to the border of it. And then because there are holes that cut out with my Cricut, so I figured, you know, just to adhere some diamond dots. And I did add this piece of trim here to the back. So I just covered it with a piece of ephemera piece from the Paige Evans collection. I added charms here. There's a butterfly, there's a purple bow, and then just a small little, whatever you call that. And what I did is I just am wrapping this tightly so that it stays shut. And if the girls want to add to the bottom here a little dangle, they can, as long as it's not too heavy and it's a little dainty charm. That would be nice if they could add. I also asked if they could add trim. I haven't added my pieces of trim, but I'm going to add some trim here to the spine. When you open it up, it says welcome. I added some, I sewed each button on to this piece of paper before I adhered it to the pages. So what I did is I just got 2 pages together, glued them, and then I just matted them. So each paper that I wanted to create on, what I did was I sewed it before I actually adhered it to each page. So I was just doing like a mat and creating before I added it. So this is torn pieces, and I just made, you know, pockets. So it says Dina's journal, create, welcome. I added some trim here, and what I created a little pocket, and what this says is pick a star color, add to the check-in page and throughout as an entry indicator. And please add trim to the spiral on the outside. Thank you. So this is just a little prompt too. I don't have any rules or anything. I want the girls, my crafty sisters, to create, and it's free reign. You know, I didn't want to have a rule page, and everything is basically self-explanatory, so I'll kind of explain it. But these are stick-a-bellies. I use the purple color, of course, the dark purple. I love lavender, any shades of purple. Purple is my favorite color. I love to craft with pink and purple, the lavender colors, but you know, it's something that I tend to, you'll see throughout my journal. Pink is a good color that I always love to craft with, and it's not so hard and vibrant, which a lot of collections, as you know, are don't have that much purple in them. So you'll see that, but I do love purple. And that's my first welcome page. And then here you'll see that I just used a bow paper. And then what I did is I did some stamping and created the plane. Again, I'm a journaler. I love to journal, and I barely started journaling probably about a year ago. And again, I'm trying to journal more and daily. Um, but my journaling is a lot of doodling. I love to doodle. As you can see, it's a lot. I use a lot of stickers. I love to just add little frames and then doodle and stamp. So I try to bring in my creative journaling side. This is an ephemera piece that was in the gingham collection. And what I did is I distressed with hot pink on the outside, and then I just added some stamps. Um, I love to handwrite a lot of my stuff in my journal. I stamped 2026, so creative. So this is what it looks like. I put a little tab here on the top so it kind of peeks out. And what I did is I created a pocket. So before I added this paper to this page, what I did was just get my X-Acto knife and I cut a slit in the paper. And then I just added, around the edges. The top piece, of course, I adhered with glue, and then the side pieces, I just secured just the ends, so that way the card can actually fit right in. So it just says welcome to my page. Here's please sign in. And what I do want the ladies, my crafty sisters, to do is add the date that they receive it, put a star, their name, and then the date that they mail it out. So this is going out today. It's Saturday. It is 4/4, so I didn't send it on 4/1. It's Saturday 4/4, the day before Easter 2026. And I'm getting this out today, and it is a guest check, Dina's Creative Journal. Yeah, so that's what that is. I used a lot of die cuts, try to add some of the die cutting process that we do, which in my journal, my daily journal, I don't add any die cuts. It's just a lot of doodling and stickers and stamps. But in here, I thought it was nice to add that crafty side that we incorporate scrapbooking and stuff like that into our makes. So this one just has, a lot of different pieces of the collection. It says happy mind, happy life. Super cute. So that's just the check-in page. The second part is the read me. It's collect beautiful moments. I just added some washi tape. This is from the Be Valiant collection. So I used a lot of the Be Valiant, Paige Evans, and some Rainbow Avenue, and that was another collection, because I did a huge haul from Office Supply like everyone was doing. I didn't post my hauls, but Happy Haven was a lot of the collection I used. Love this collection. I didn't go with the bright colors that I thought I was originally going to do. Wanted to bring out the lavenders and the purple. A lot of my favorite colors. I wanted to see more of that. So I was channeling that in instead of going with the Color Me Happy and the bright colors with black and, vibrant. So this is what I did. So happy you're here. Collect beautiful moments. Read me. So this is an envelope I created. And I just put a card in here. It's a thank you card. And the ladies can read the thank you card. And that is the third page. The fourth page is an all about me. I did some stamping, which I love this die. Do I have the die with me? I put a lot of my crafting supplies away, so I don't have to show you, but if anybody has any questions on the dies that I used or anything that is in my book, please let me know. It's an all about me. And then I just go over crafting. It's my superpower. I am a girly girl. I love makeup, getting dressed up, and perfume. I collect perfume. Um, I am a Libra. My favorite color is purple. Crafting, hiking, camping, and baking. So you'll see a lot of that. I am a proud mom of a U.S. Marine, my oldest daughter. She just got out of the Marine Corps. Yes, so proud mom of a Marine. And my name is Dina. My close friends call me Dee. I was born 10/10 October, so the lucky 10, the number lucky number 10 is my lucky number. My favorite holiday to craft and also to decorate, and on my personal life, it is Halloween and Christmas. So through and through crafting, and personally, I love to create and decorate my home for Halloween and Christmas. My favorite holidays for sure. I love to watch all sports. I am a football fanatic, basketball, baseball, boxing. I watch it all. So here's me and my honey. Um, and yeah, so this is a few pictures of us at the games. I started scrapbooking when I was 12 years old. My beautiful mother inspired me to craft. She loves pictures and scrapbooking. So here's a picture of her. And people who know me personally, my family, they all know my mom is just, she's always been a scrapbooker. When I was young, she would sit me down and have me scrapbook. I started doing it with my girls. So I have two girls and a son. And so my girls have their own books, and my son also has a book that we have doodled and added pages in. So they're really fun to look back at when they're all grown up. So I do have a few of those. Um, Again, I'm just a girl who loves baking. I love to camp, and I love flowers, and I love succulents. I have a lot of succulents. I love succulents. Coffee is life. I love, love coffee. Tea and coffee are my go-tos. And this is just, I'm grateful, thankful, and blessed. And this is just a lot about me. This whole page is just about me. I have three beautiful children. So I have Jade, who's my oldest. I have Alexia, who's my middle child. And Jade is the one that's the Marine. My middle child, Alexia. And then my son, Gabriel. And I have two dogs and three desert tortoises. So those are my family. So I have Lily and I have Mellow. And then this is me and my family. We were in Disneyland. We did a family trip. So it's Jade, Alexia, and Junior. Flipping through, my middle daughter, Alexia, just found out that she is having a baby. So I'm going to be a nana. So excited. She is due September 21st of this year. So we are so excited about that. I've been asking my children for quite some time. So I'm really excited about that. So a fun fact about me is my son was born on my birthday. We share the same day, which is so beautiful. This is my son and I bringing him home after I got out of the hospital. And of course, it was 2 to 3 days after. So I think this was on the 14th. Once we got home, they sang us happy birthday. And now I think this was the last picture that we took. And he was still sitting on my lap. Now I sit on his. And he's a big guy now, and he's in college. He's at ASU full-time, living there, and he graduates next year. And the other fun fact is that we also share a birthday with my aunt. So this is my mom's sister, and we also share the same birthday with her. So it's pretty neat that my grandmother was having my aunt. So it's 3 generations. My grandmother was having my aunt on October 10th. My mom was having me on October 10th, and I was having my son. So my, you know, my grandmother, my mom, and I share a very special bond on this day. We were all giving birth, so 3 generations. Pretty neat. Like, what are the odds of that? So, love my aunt. And yeah, we celebrate 10/10. Very special. And then just my family. I have 2 brothers and 1 sister. We love the camping life, and this is just my family. And then, of course, my honey, him and I on that page. So that's just a little bit about me. I did, again, a lot of doodling. As you can see, this is what my journals look like. And then you'll see how I create the rest of the book. Goes more into my crafting style, but yet I was still trying to do a lot of doodling, and I was still trying to add a lot of stickers. So this here is a die that I used. I don't remember what the die. I think it's a lawn fawn. Yes, I think this is a lawn fawn. It's an old school camera, and it does pull out. And I just attached it here. And I used the Reasons to Smile collection as well. And it just a couple of the stickers and ephemera pieces to that collection, and the actual stamp. So what this is just giving us reasons to smile. Whatever those reasons are for each crafty sister, if they can, instead of doing a yearbook page, this is what I wanted to do, was just put pictures of the Creative Crafty Sisters is what I'm naming this journal, instead of the Sisterhood. And I know it's a sisterhood because we're all crafters. But I am calling it the Creative Crafty Sister Reasons to Smile page. And what I have here is just, you know, makeup, cactus, little things that represent me with my photo. And then Reasons to Smile, my beautiful family, stay at home mom. I travel often, craft often, and I celebrate each day. And of course, I put a little coffee and a cupcake. And yeah, so I would love for the ladies to add their photo and the reasons that make them smile. That's what this page is. I'm also including a gift for each of my sisters, and they can choose from either one of these. I got these on Amazon, and they're just bookmarkers. They don't come with the paper clip. I actually used my E6000 to add the paper clip, and I'll kind of show you that. But it is a bookmark, and it usually just, you can tuck it because it's so you know, slim. You just tuck it, and it actually marks the book as a bookmarker. So they can add the paper clip if they choose. My one was because I love sunflowers. Sunflower is my favorite flower. That and a star lily. Those two are my favorite flowers. And so I chose, what came in the bundle was the sunflower one. So this is the one that I picked. And again, the ladies can choose whatever one they would like. They're very beautiful. All of these all these butterflies bookmarkers are really pretty. So I'm including those. But I wanted to share, I'm holding this closed with this bookmarker. And as you can see, I added the E6000 to this, which they don't come with, but if the ladies want to add that, they can. And yeah, so that's that page. Okay, now this is getting hot. There it goes. And what I did is why I'm holding that paper clip is because the About Me pages here for all my 8 sisters, they are in between here. And I did only give them one side. So I do have Wendy. This is going to Wendy first, and then Larisa will be getting this second. I didn't want to put a lot of pressure on them to create a huge page spread because my book is an 8.5, it's 8, almost 8 by 10 is what my book is. So I figured that one side would be plenty. And if they want to add, you know, flip outs or an additional page, they can. So my other page was a color sticker dump. So I just have this, I believe this is a Paige Evans page that already had the colors. It looked like a stamp image and I just used that. So you'll see pink, the lavender or purple colors, and then blues, and then green. So if they can just add a sticker or 2 or 3 to create this page. And then Halloween, again, is my favorite holiday. So I thought it'd be nice to add just like a sticker dump of Halloween stickers from any collection. And again, my favorite holiday, spooktacular, spooky vibes only. So if you can add to that, and then plant life, love plants. So help my garden grow. Please add what your heart desires. So if friends were flowers, I'd pick you. So I just added a bunch of different things. You can stamp, which I added a few stamps here. I added a succulent. I added, you know, just a few washi stickers and then a butterfly. But yeah, anything garden, if you can help my garden grow, I would appreciate it. So that's another page for my crafty sisters to add. And then this one here, and as you can see, there's no theme. It's this journal, I really wanted it to represent me and the things that I love. So I created a page for coffee, which I know not everybody drinks coffee. So I just added a note to please add your drink order. We are a perfect blend. So coffee is always a good idea, but again, not everyone drinks coffee. So I added a flap here because I wanted to make sure there's 8 of us on the 9th one. So here are my 8 crafty sisters to add their drink order, and then I added mine to a flap. And again, it is a Starbucks order. And I did a lot of inking, but I did include the tag and the little name tab because I thought this was cute, kind of like tea, a little tea bag. But you can put your name instead of adding here. Or if you choose to add on your cup, that's okay too. However you wish to create your drink, I did add the tabs or the tags for each one. If they want to use those ones, great. If they have their own, they can add that too. So free reign for them to add their drink order to this. And then so I love to do my nails. As a matter of fact, I need to go and do my nails. But design my nails, my next set of nails. So pick a nail and get creative. So I did do my thumbs, and as you can see here, I did the stars. I did indicate the stars of what I created. So that is another way of using those stars as an indicator instead of writing your name. You can just use the star, and what I'll do is go back and just look at the check-in sheet to see who is that color. So that just basically tells me who added what, so I don't have to guess. And I like that, you know, that's a really neat way to indicate who added what to my journal. So I just did some doodling. I added some splattered paints, watercolors, and yeah, I just got a piece of art from the printer, well, from my computer, printed it out, and then cut it, fussy cut, and added it to the page. So that's that. And then washi gallery. This is a piece of paper from one of the collections. I'm not sure what that one is from. But I thought it was nice. We can use these here and just create a gallery and doodle, color, add any washi, or you can even add any. If you don't have washi, you can also add, you know, a piece of paper, you know, from a collection. So if there's a particular collection that you are using or have it out, you know, you can cut the piece and add it to the frame. So that's that. And then this one here is picnic time, bring your favorite food. So I just have a blanket here that our crafty ladies are going to go on a picnic, and here is a crafty picnic sign up. So Dina is bringing nachos, margaritas, and a cheesecake. Love, love, love cheesecake. Tiramisu is actually my favorite, but I had these stickers handy and just added them. That's what I'll be bringing to our crafty meetup, our picnic, virtual picnic. So, yeah, there's that, and there's the sign-up sheet. Next page is a stamp, which I thought was really cute. Instead of just adding stamps, if you have any stamps that are stamps, you can add it to this page. Or also, if you have just, you know, stamps laying around, you can also add those too. And then, since we do a lot of sequin mixes, and I love creating sequin mixes, I thought my group of creative crafty sisters can create a sequin mix together. I had this jar that I've had for some time, and it's just like a Ziploc bag. I put some stickies so the ladies can easily remove it. And then, you know, open it up and put a scoop or two. So let's create a sequin mix. Add a scoop or two of your favorite. So I can't wait to get this back and see what we create together. So that is super fun. It's just a jar that is going to hold our sequin mix. Super, super fun. Came up with that one. I don't think I've seen anybody do that one. So I love that. And then my second one is quotes. Favorite quotes. I just did some die cutting, added some little bubbles, and mine is, I have no special talent. I'm only passionate and curious. That's Albert Einstein. And then my last one is, let's create a birthday card together. So this is another fun activity. I did stamp, and then I added my maker's mark. And also, if you can add on top or below your maker's mark your actual signature, that would be wonderful. And this is just that all of our creative crafty sisters made a card together with a signature. So anytime we go to a birthday party, my kids and I, we of course get a birthday card, and then we write something in there positive, and then we sign it. So if you guys want to do that, you can. And I just put, please add a layer or element and your maker's mark or signature to finish our birthday card we create. So to the top, so Wendy will be getting this card first, and she'll probably add something to the top. And so since she's the first one, she can add, you know, whatever she chooses to the card to start creating our birthday card. Maybe the first layer of the actual paper. And then as the ladies, it goes through all the hands, and then the ladies just add different layers to it. So I'm excited about this one. I can't wait to see how creative we get with this birthday card, and it stays in my journal. Super cute. And then that is it for my prompts. And we were to do at least 5 prompts. So what I do want the ladies, my crafty sisters, to do is create an about me page. It can be a small page. And then to do at least 1 prompt. If they can. And I know, you know, this is getting chunky. But if I need to remove pages, I can, you know, after I get it back. So I'm excited. This is it. And then again, if they can add a small little dangle, this just goes around, closes, and it keeps it shut. So you can wrap it too twice. But yeah, so that is my journal. I am going to be sending this out today, and thank you so much, ladies, to all of you who are in my group. I will link all their information down below. We will be mailing these out this weekend, and we will be doing our reveals as soon as we get them. I assume that it shouldn't take more than 12 to 15 days to ship and to get where to the other side of the country. But we are going to be doing reveals and you know, posting on YouTube what we are creating. So follow along, and if you have any questions, please let me know down below. And thank you so much for staying this long, listening to my jabber, and I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much. Bye.